Hi there, my name is Matt Moore and I own Easy Auto Spa. I can't thank you enough for choosing our team for your paint protection film needs. I wanted to take just a brief moment to go over the timeline, the expectation for quality control, and generally the overall process of PPF. If you have any questions at the end of this video, feel free to email us or call us. We're here to help. First things first, when you come to drop off your vehicle, earlier in the day or even the night before are extremely helpful for that overall process. Paint protection film honestly just takes time to install, and it takes time to completely dry out and bond to the surface of the paint. So the more time we have with the vehicle, the better the overall end result is. If you do want to drop off the night before or early in the morning, all of our locations have an outside night drop box. You can leave your vehicle right out front and drop the key in. Just let your team member know that that's your intention. Once the vehicle is brought into the shop, we're going to pull it inside and we're going to, first things first, give it a bath. We'll use our foam cannon to give the vehicle a complete bath, and basically what we're doing is we're releasing and getting anything surface contaminants off the surface of the vehicle. This is going to make it where when we do lay the PPF, it lays as smooth and as flat and as invisible as it can possibly lay. All cars have small bits of everything from metal fragments to iron and fallout to just dirt and debris that embeds into the clear coat, and our goal is to release and remove all of that early on before the PPF is installed. After the car is given its foam bath, we're going to take another step to again clean it and decontaminate it, and this is going to be where we do what we call a clay bar treatment. Clay bar does the exact same thing. It's essentially just taking off any microscopic little bits of debris or dust or anything that's in the surface before we go in and lay the vinyl on the car. Once we've decontaminated your vehicle, you're ready to have your paint protection film installed. Our installers are going to use the VIN number of your car to actually use something called a plotter. This is essentially a computer hooked up to a big cutting machine to cut the exact pattern for your vehicle before it's installed. This will allow us to make sure that your car is covered perfectly, that it's installed properly, and that every single inch that we can possibly protect on your vehicle is installed. When at all possible, we're going to wrap the edges of the vehicle with the vinyl. This is typically the front of the hood, the tops of the fenders, even sometimes the tops of the bumpers. Typically, the schedule for paint protection film is that it takes a day to a day and a half for the actual install to go on, although that could take longer or shorter based on your exact needs. If you are opting for an entire vehicle install, that may take 3 or 4 days even. If you're only doing one small panel or two, it may take only a couple of hours. Your estimator will go over the timeline for your specific needs, but typically a day to a day and a half will get the install done on most vehicles. Once the paint protection film is installed on the vehicle, we're going to leave it overnight, and we're going to let that film start to dry out. The install process uses moisture on the backside to allow us to align everything properly, and we want all that moisture to dry out before we wrap those edges. The next morning we'll come in, we'll see if any edges have begun lifting, if there's any quality control issues, and once everything's good, then we'll wrap the edges, button it up, and then we're ready for a final quality control inspection. Speaking of quality control, one of the questions we get is, how invisible is paint protection film? The honest truth is, it's mostly invisible, but there's always going to be small parts that you will be able to see. Just like a screen protector on your phone, it's only doing its job if it's covering the surfaces, but sometimes you're going to be able to see an edge, or maybe a little small piece of dust, or maybe even just some moisture behind the film that hasn't completely dried when you come to pick up. Rest assured, we're going to bring you back in for a 2-week inspection after you've picked up your vehicle, where we're going to go over any issues, any questions, and make sure that the car is just look as good as it can possibly look. We will never let a vehicle leave our shop without it being something that I wouldn't feel comfortable with being my own personal vehicle. We're going to treat your car like it is our own, I promise you that. Throughout the process of the PPF install, you're going to get daily updates from our team member. Typically, this is in the form of a video where we show you what we've done today and what we anticipate doing tomorrow. This will help you to know your car is being taken care of, it's been treated like the baby that it is, and that we're going to make sure that there's full transparency about the entire process with you as the owner. If you have any questions about the process, about the timeline, about the quality control, or about anything, feel free to reach out. We are here to help. We want to be technicians, we want to be installers, but we also just want to be a resource. So do not hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you so much for choosing our team. We can't wait to get your vehicle protected, and we can't thank you enough for the opportunity to serve you. Thanks again.